All right. Good morning. It is 5:19. Woke up at like 4:45 and then fell back asleep for like another 20 minutes. Took my body weight, 234.0. That was just after PP. I have not had a bowel movement yet, so that might change, might drop a little bit. Gonna get my morning fasted drink ready per usual. 4 ounces of aloe inner filet. Ooh, I need to order some more of that. I am almost out. We'll get some water. 20 grams of glutamine. Scoop of electrolytes and half teaspoon of IP6. I got coffee rolling. I got the cinnamon roll flavor from Bones. I have this right here all set up. I need to take my, I guess it's not set up, but it's out. I need to take my fasted blood glucose levels, see how insulin sensitive we are, type up my check-in response via text to Joe, and then I will grab my black backdrop and we'll set up for check-ins. Put on my little skivvies. From what I can see in the mirror this morning, physique looks a little bit inflamed, but nothing too bad. Still, conditioning looks like it's holding pretty well. Look fuller. Abs are nice and blocky. Waist control's there, so overall a pretty solid look. Can't complain for, like I said, 234. We've been like anywhere from 233 to 235 and some change fasted this week. And I cannot complain with that look one bit. So, if you watched yesterday, it stated we got quads on the menu today. The only thing that will change is from last week. Probably won't be doing the hip thrust. I'll probably be doing either the booty builder V squat with a modified good morning, and then might try this variation of a glute kickback. It's not straight up glute kickback, or it might end up being the hip thrust on the Smith machine anyway. It's just based off what I feel best in my glutes. The hip thrust, there's a lot of focus on the contraction, whereas that booty builder V squat, I have not ran it yet, but it's going to be a little bit more focused on the stretch. You go about 3/4 of the way up, keeping tension in the glutes throughout. So we'll see which I prefer. I mess around with a little bit there. Other than that, 2 sets of adductors, 2 sets of leg extensions, both pretty high reps there. 1 set of death on hack squat, 1 set of death on leg press. Hack squat like 8 to 12, leg press more 15 to 20 higher reps. And then glutes, and that's it. I'll do some mobility work there. So I got a little deep tissue done yesterday on my lower back and glutes, so hopefully should be feeling a little bit better today. Quads feel a little tight. We'll definitely have to beat those up a little bit. But overall feels solid. See how these check-ins go. Posted on if the plan changes at all. I'll show you some meals, and I'll take you through that quad workout. All right, fasted morning drink. Hydration is key for a good lift. The balance of magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, all are very important. Look at this. Koala mug. It says quality time. So I gotta figure out why this damn light does not want to work right now. If anyone knows why the GoPro light doesn't want to work part-time, please let me know. But but I'm going to take my blood glucose, slam that drink, get a little coffee, hopefully use the restroom, and then take these check-in photos, and I'll see you back later. All right, so check-ins were taken. Felt pretty full. Some blurred lines, a little bit of inflammation in the legs and stuff like that, but overall pretty solid look. Finishing up that hydration, starting to sip on some coffee. I think I'm actually going to train after one meal. I feel pretty good right now. I feel hydrated, so I'll probably have another, or finish off my first 1.5 liters of water, and then I'll get my intraset. I'll get my pre-workout meal ready. I'll do a little bit of work right now. I'll take my Motzi and SS31. Prep my post-workout meal. Check-ins have been sent off to coach. This is pretty much what I laid out for him right here. I'll just kind of read you my check-in. So check-in 4-1-26, fasted blood glucose 87. That's good. Under 90, especially in the off-season. 12th week, that is pristine. Body weight average of 233.8. I love the new training split. I think training feedback from him has been great. Pumps are better with the higher carbs that we put in. I have a fuller look this week. Could be the carbs. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Sleep has been really good this week. Body feels a little bit more beat up from slightly higher volume and frequency. So it's been needing the sleep, but I feel solid. I think my body could benefit from more food for recovery, but there could be an emotional thought process since hunger is still pretty high, especially on rest days. With only 5 meals, got a massage done last night. I have body work and deep tissue scheduled for this Friday. I want to keep the fascia and muscle as malleable as possible, give it room to grow, doing mobility every morning so I can continue to move decently well even with the gain in size. I said, you know, my birthday's Sunday, and the lady was hoping to go out for dinner with me Saturday celebration, but I'm more than okay to push it back. I want to give him consistent feedback for the first 2 weeks. So we had already planned on pushing it back, so I said no worries if not. Then I sent him my pictures. He asked, the lower rest day food is purposeful, composition, appetite-wise, it makes room for bigger training days. On training days when he's most hungry, and I said, you know, it's pretty consistent throughout the day, no crazy spikes or decline. I always feel like I can eat more, eat again quickly. The most satiating meal is probably the ground beef, potato, almond butter meal. Other than that, it's pretty consistent. He said he updated the diet in a new sheet with today's date. Everything that is changing is highlighting in red, so I'll go see that momentarily. What are Saturday and Sunday in terms of training and rest schedule? I'm assuming that's in regards to the cheat meal, so let's see. I want to say Saturday is push and arms. No, Saturday, nope, that's the wrong week. Holy cow. Saturday is push and arms, and Sunday is back and hams. So, we'll see what he says on the cheat meal, and then once I pull this sheet up, I'll look through, and then I'll let you guys know the changes, and I'll put my new diet sheet up on the fridge. A little bit OCD when it comes to that stuff. I don't know if OCD is the right word. Well, anal about it, so I like to check, make sure. Also, it's quad day, leg day, puke day, Kodiak bodybuilding. Hey yeah. Hostile hat. Braden 10 for a discount. All right, we'll be back. All right, man. So he definitely bumped up the food for sure. So meal 1 went from 170 grams of cream of rice to 190. Meal 2, we added 10 grams of carbs from dates or raisins or mango. I can choose. I have mango and dates, so I'll probably do one of those. I don't know why it's tweaking right now. There we go. Pre-workout on upper body days, we're doing 40 grams of carbs instead of 30 grams of carbs from juice. And then we're doing 40 grams of CDX instead of 30 grams of carbs there. Post-workout went from 150 grams of cream of rice to 190 grams of cream of rice. And then meal 5, we also added in 10 grams of carbs from dried fruit, whether it's dates, raisins, pineapple, mango, etc. So I'll let you know the updated macros and carbs, but this is going to be for sure over 700 grams of carbs on upper body days, and probably right close to it on quad days. So I'll update that. All right, so we are putting together our intra, putting together our pre-meal. The pre-meal stayed exactly the same did not change at all. So I'm gonna heat up this pan and we're gonna sear up some chicken. So we got some chicken breast prepped right here, 225 grams cooked of chicken. Get some scissors. Get you some chicken scissors. Yes, my hands are washed. So I'll chop up 225 grams of chicken. Change the unit here. And then we'll throw that on the skillet, kind of sear this up real quick. I just think it tastes better than the microwave, so if I'm around my kitchen, I prefer to do it this way. And then we'll put together 350 grams of cooked white rice in here and microwave that bad boy up. We also get 20 grams of honey and 30 grams of dates in this meal. And then intra-workout got raised from 30 grams of carbs to 40 grams of carbs. So I have the Hostile CDX cluster dextrin product. So we'll be doing 43 grams of that to equate to 40 grams of carbs. We'll also do 2 scoops of the Silo 9 EAAs, which is 16 grams of EAAs. Come on, 224. Come on, baby, 225. This piece is a little big. And then we also have 3 grams of salt and 10 grams of creatine. And the idea of an intra-workout is when you have all the blood flowing around to that target muscle group, your body's just going to push those nutrients into the muscle. So as you're training, like today we're training quads, little adductors, little glutes, but mostly quads. The EAAs, so pretty much copies the cell of a protein, has all 7 essential amino acids. We're going with the peach-ring flavor today, so 2 scoops of that. We'll push the EAAs, we'll push carbs in there to continue to fuel the muscle throughout the workout and help it recover those glycogen stores as they get depleted throughout the workout. Creatine for ATP production. Also, you can take creatine whenever in the day. It's really not a big deal. I do believe that taking an intra-workout, if anything, might be slightly more beneficial, but all in all, it's not going to be a big difference. So it's 8 grams. 10 grams of creatine, okay, and then we'll do 43 grams cluster dextrin from Hostile, and that peach rings EAA flavor is freaking amazing. It's my favorite right now. They came out with a new one, the grape ice flavor. Just ordered that along with some more of the cluster dextrin, some blueberry donut protein. I also got some more peach rings EAAs, and I got some glutamine that I take in the morning. All right. So 43 grams cluster dextrin there. So that's our intra. All we need now is salt. So I have my little crack scale here. I'll take my Ewok espresso guy, throw him on there. And then I like to have this finished within the first half of the workout, just to make sure the nutrients are circulating. So you finish at the end, it's kind of like, well, why don't you just push those nutrients into the muscle during the workout? So in the first half of the workout, this will be smashed. Then I bring a separate whole new 1.5 liter bottle of water. I'll generally finish. Sodium helps with the pumps, helps with hydration. Top that off, a little bit more water. Boom, there is our intra. Let's move this chicken around a little bit. All right, so I updated the fridge diet, the diet plan. Carbs are through the roof. All right, let me read this. So on training days for quads, 355 grams of protein, 730 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat. That's about 4,850 calories. On our upper days training, so it's my push and arms days and my back and hamstring days. 355 protein, 60 grams of fat, both those are the same. Instead of 730 carbs, we're at 770 carbs because I get 10.5 ounces of apple juice pre-workout. Just more carbs on those days, trying to focus a little bit more on upper body growth. My quads and hamstrings need more help, so back days, that's why we're doing carbs there, but quads are pretty solid right now. And that's about right at 5,000 calories, just over, I think it's like 5,020 or 5,040. Rest days, big drop off to keep hunger up, to keep insulin sensitivity high, to boost the hunger for those training days so we can put more food on those days. 290 protein, 465 carbs, and 60 grams of fat. It's about 3,600 calories. So that's that. Like I said, we added in just more cream of rice, a little bit more apple juice, a little bit more cluster dextrin, and then 12 grams of raisins in meal 5 and 12 grams of dried mango in meal 2. So chicken is pretty much done. I'm gonna turn that off, and then we'll put the rice in our bowl and get that heated up. And then I did get the go-ahead for a birthday off-plan meal this weekend. He said, you know, should be smart. He's like, you don't have to be too cautious with what you're eating, but also don't eat like you're on the electric chair and it's your last meal, which I think is very fair. And then I'll just replace my last meal there. So meals 1 through 5, all those will stay constant. And then instead of doing flank steak and veggies for meal 6, I will be doing, not sure exactly, probably either burger and fries or sushi. We'll see. I'll kind of let it play out the way it is on Saturday. I'm not going to tie myself to something. I'm going to kind of just, whatever sounds good in the moment, that's what we're going to do. Maybe it's In-N-Out. There's a sit-down burger restaurant in Scottsdale I've been wanting to try. They have some big old burgers there. So 350 rice, or I might just go get some sushi. So we will see what I do there. That's chicken and rice. I'm going to get, again, a little bit of salt. 1.5 grams of salt on every meal. And like I said, just 3 grams intra. So measure this out, and then we'll get our 30 grams of dates cut up. Then I'll top it with ground cinnamon and our 20 grams of honey. This is just organic, unfiltered honey from Trader Joe's. Top it with some takeout sauce, ground cinnamon, and a little bit of black pepper. Best dates, the organic pitted medjool dates from Trader Joe's. These are my favorite. So we'll get these bad boys. Like I said, 30 grams here. And then also, the last thing we'll do after I eat this is get our post-workout meal ready. So that when I come home, about a 7-minute drive from the gym, when I come home, the cream of rice will be in the fridge ready to go. And then I'll just top it off with banana, honey, and 70 grams of whey isolate as a whey drip. And so that post-workout meal is 190 grams of cream of rice, 100 grams of banana, 20 grams of honey, 70 grams of whey isolate. I'll eat that, and then we'll go kind of through the rest of the meals as well. This rice almost done. I'll put this together, and then I'll show you how I make the cream of rice. All right, so pre-workout meal done and dusted. Now getting the post-workout meal set, at least the cream of rice portion. So I'm running real low. I'm having to mix flavors. I have a package from Elevate coming today, but blueberry muffin, we're gonna finish off whatever's left in here. Then I have some cinnamon roll, and I have a tiny bit of chocolate peanut butter and a tiny bit of cookies and cream. So I'm not gonna mix those. I should be able to get away with the blueberry muffin, and there's a good amount of cinnamon roll. So that's 75 grams, we're gonna be okay. The ratio I like to do that I found, when I was in prep, I would do 4 grams of water per 1 gram of cream of rice. Now I do 3.33, just because I don't need quite as much volume. Yeah, we got enough of the cinnamon roll. Hopefully it comes before I eat meal 1. another 190 grams of cream of rice. I would like to not have to mix cinnamon roll with chocolate peanut butter and cookies and cream, because that might be interesting. And I had my girl leave me a little bit of salted caramel. I think I probably could get away with salted caramel and cinnamon roll, but I feel bad taking hers because she said she liked it and was craving it. So she had to take a Ziploc bag of it. I feel bad. All right, 190 grams. Haven't had this much yet, so we will see what that equates to water-wise. 190 times 3.23, 632 grams of water. Mini whisk is the best way to do it. Just breaks it up the easiest. If not, you know, fork is probably your second best option, or cook it in the pan. Then you're dirty and extra dishes. Let's see here. So I need a good amount more water. I will get a little shaker that I'll put my pre-workout in. I did have like 12 ounces of black coffee, so I'm feeling decently caffeinated. I might do 75 grams of caffeine from the Hostile V2, and then probably 2 scoops of Bloodshot, and that should be plenty. The larger amounts, I start cooking it at 2 minutes a session. Take it out, whisk it. I'll go down to 90 seconds, then 1 minute, and then 30 or 45 seconds near the end. One, you don't want it to clump up too much. Two, you don't want it to boil over. This is a lot of cream rice, dude. That's a big ass bowl. While that's cooking, I'll get my pre ready. A little bit of ice, some agua. Like I said, I'll take that pre-workout or that intro workout and start sipping it right on my first exercise. Finish it about halfway through, so it's about 45 minutes in. I'm gonna get to the gym, do a little bit of mobility work because it's leg day. Okay, flavors. Well, post-workout we're doing blueberry and cinnamon, so I could do blueberry donut or white chocolate raspberry. I think that's gonna be the flavor for post. And then I think I'm gonna go with the Raging Red Gummy for the V2. And we're gonna mix that with pineapple Bloodshot. I like the Raging Red Gummy, but it's caffeinated and I don't need 1 scoop's 150 grams. 2 scoops, obviously 300. Like I said, I had a little bit of black coffee, so we'll go about half a scoop there. A little bit more caffeine. It does have some of the, or pretty much all the pump products that the Bloodshot has, but I just don't need all the caffeine. So this is, the Bloodshot is their stim-free. So I'll give a good 2 scoops of Bloodshot too. Between that, salt and the carbs intro workout, all the carbs from the rice, dates, and honey pre-workout, decent night's sleep, it should be a pretty solid pump. And I don't miss on water. I drink 2 gallons every day, so woke up feeling decently hydrated, woke up feeling decently good. Have the gym bag packed up with our knee sleeves, our squat shoes, our belt for hack squat, our stand for our GoPro. Pretty much ready to roll. And yeah, so I'll just continue to mix this cream of rice. Once it's all cooked, I'll top it with 1.5 grams of salt and then throw her in the fridge. And when I get home, we'll make the whey drip. Top it with banana, cinnamon, and honey. And that's our peri-workout nutrition. I'll do a little bit more work before I roll. Just need a blender ball. And then I'll see you at the gym for quads. So that is our quad day. Not shown was another set of leg extensions, another set of adductors, 3 sets of toe press for calves with a 1 minute rest, about 15 reps where I'm failing. I'm sorry, I got some little smudge. And then I did DC stretch on the quads and the calves. And that was it, dude. Simplicity. I went up like 30 pounds on the hack squat. Only got 1 less rep. I was expecting like 2 or 3 less because I overshot it and got like 13 last week. I think I got 12 this week, jumping up that big. And then I matched reps on the leg press going up like 25 or 30 pounds. Not compromising form. Very happy with how that quad day went. Stopped by Trader Joe's real quick on my way home. Got some flowers for the lady. A little springtime bouquet. Get some water in there. I picked up some more honey. We got organic white mushrooms. Some raw almond butter. This stuff's great. Organic wild blueberries. Some 90-10 ground beef I got 2 packs because I'm a little bit behind on my butcher box stuff. So just in case I run out of beef, don't have to go back to the store. I probably will use at least one of these before my next box comes. And look at this. Flash pasteurized apple juice, 100% freshly pressed apples. Look, you can see that there's literally like apple pieces in here. The ingredients are just pressed apple juice. Normally I get the organic one that's got water and then apple juice concentrate. But the lady said this one was better. It expires in like 3 weeks. It's way more natural. I'm all for it. It looks delicious. So I'll be trying that before my back and hams day tomorrow. They didn't have green onions, so I got chives again, back-to-back weeks, man. Come on. Come on, Trader Joe's. And I got 3 massive sweet potatoes. That's 350 grams of cooked sweet potatoes. A lot, bro. So that's that. That's the Trader Joe's trip. I'm going to get this post-workout meal ready. Like I said, honey, banana, grass-fed whey isolate, white chocolate. I'm going to do a whey drip, some cinnamon. And then I already have the cinnamon roll and blueberry muffin cream of rice made with the 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt. I'll show you all the finished product, and then I'll probably let you go for the day. All right, here is the finished product. 190 grams of cream of rice, 70 grams of whey isolate as a whey drip, 20 grams of honey, 100 grams of banana, some ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon salt. Also having my morning vitamins. I didn't have it with breakfast. If I train after one meal, I generally don't like having the vitamins. I feel like it's just a lot for your body to digest right before you go train. So I might actually even have it with the 3rd meal. Because there's some fat from the fish oil. I don't want to slow this down. I want to get this right back in them legs. A lot of flavors. Cinnamon roll, cream of rice, blueberry muffin, cream of rice, banana, honey, white chocolate, raspberry, cinnamon. A lot going on, but it's delightful. Couldn't be happier. That's day what? 79 of Operation Mass, week 12 starting. Now I start from Wednesday, so week 12. Here we go. Time to keep growing. Food bumped, 770 carbs on training days. Upper, 740 on these quad days. Gonna off-plan meal Saturday. We're gonna grow. We'll continue to grow. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Deuces.